Hi everybody and welcome to What's Cooking Show. I'm your host today, Joey Quibital with Cash Saver and Piggly Wiggly here in Opelousas.
And I'm Chef Jason Huguet from Steamboat here in Washington, Louisiana.
And we have a very special guest. Our own Jason's cooking for us today. And he's going to be working on a beef tenderloin.
Yes.
And a couple other things for us today. So don't miss the show. Come back and join us at What's Cooking. Welcome back, everybody. Again, we have Jason's going to be cooking for us today with a nice beef tenderloin. Jason, let's get started.
All right, Joey, got a little olive oil here. We got a hot pan. You get our tenderloin in the pan, and then I'll explain to you what we got going on. So we got a good little sear going, a hot pan. So what we have here, Joey, we took last night I took a whole beef tenderloin, and what I did was I cleaned it, took the fat off, silver skin, all that, everything. And instead of cutting it into little fillets, I actually took the center cut, which is the best little piece.
That is the best of the best right there.
So basically what we want to do is we want to sear this on all sides. And as soon as we get that good and seared and everything, we're going to take one of my favorite things in the world, some very fresh herbs that I took and minced. And basically just add a little olive oil to it. And so I put a little bit of parsley in here. I put a little bit of rosemary, fresh
rosemary.
Fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, a little aggravating. You got to put all the little leaves off of it, whatever. But so I took this and minced it up really nice and fine with a little knife. And I added some olive oil to it and made a little paste. You can see here. Very simple. Put it on the side. Take our tongs. Just kind of want to get a good little brown color on each side. You see what we're doing here. Basically, what we're doing is just getting a good little sear, good little caramelization. And we're going to seal everything in there real quick as possible.
Okay.
You really want to start with a hot pan. And you can see it's making like a little color. So what we're going to do is, when this is all finished, we're going to actually take our mixture that we made.
Okay.
And we're going to take some kosher salt and some cracked black pepper. I like to use that. And then we're going to just kind of oven roast it, medium rare-ish, like some people like it medium.
Okay.
I prefer more of a medium rare. I'll even take it rare. I just not medium well.
Okay, Jason, usually this is probably about the size of the tenderloin. Like oven-wise, how much time are you looking at?
Right here, I'm looking, well, for about medium rare, I'm looking at about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on your oven at home. We're using a convection oven. It's really hot. Not everyone at home has a convection oven.
That's right.
So it's going to take you a little bit longer. Everybody's oven is different. Like people ask me all these questions. I had someone ask me last night, how long to do shrimp in the oven this way? And it's like, well, it's kind of hard to say exactly because everyone's oven's different. Like I have two ovens in there. They're both convection ovens. One of them cooks faster than the other. I don't know why.
Well, basically on this situation with the tenderloin, if you want to just like, sometimes it's hard to guess, like you said.
Right.
But if you get a meat thermometer, that would help out a lot.
Rare is 120, medium rare is 130, medium is 140.
Okay, and that's the internal temperature.
And it's the middle of the thickest part of the meat.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
But what other people don't really realize is that there actually is what's called carryover cooking. So if you want it medium rare, which is 130, you want to pull it, 2-3 degrees before.
125?
I'd say 125, 127, something like that, because it's going to continue to come up a little bit.
That's correct, yeah. And you do want your meat to rest for a little while after it comes out. Right.
I say 5 minutes. I've seen up to 10, 15 minutes, but you want to let it rest enough to where it's going to allow the juices to go back into the meat, but you don't want it to rest long enough to where it's going to get cold.
Right, exactly, right.
So we got a good little sear going.
Okay. And while you do that, we're going to go ahead and remind everybody at home that all the fresh ingredients that Jason seasons here today can be found at your Piggly Wiggly or Cash Saver store here in Opelousas. Well, like I said, north side, south side, consider of you.
North side is 8410, Highway 182 North.
Oh, you're just getting so good at it.
I've been good at that part. Cash Saver, 1305 Heather Drive. We went this morning and picked up all our ingredients like we always do.
Right.
So, okay, so look, we got our meat. Let's go ahead and cut this off, Joey.
Okay.
And we pretty much got what we want here. Now, normally, when I'm doing this, I'm going to take a little bit more time to do it. Obviously, we have time constraints in the show, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it out now. Get this out the way. So if you can see, we're still rare on the inside. So this is what I want to do. I'm gonna take another glove, because this is gonna get a little messy here, and we want to be sanitary.
That's correct.
So I'm gonna take our little mixture, and you just want to kind of coat. You want to put just enough olive oil to where it kind of holds it together. You don't want it too much olive oil. I'm gonna put this like this, and we can kind of get it all coated best you can. Like that.
It's already smelling good.
Can you smell it? Just smell it.
It's not even started to cook yet.
Right. And you can put as much or as little as you want. I like as much as you can get on there. Now, get all the herbs on there.
No, I guess we're pretty much ready for that. Now, Jason, do you cover it like with foil or something, or just?
No. I want to put, I'll get a little bit of cracked black pepper on there. I love cracked black pepper. You don't have to use cracked black. You can use regular pepper. I like the little coarseness because when you every now and then you get a bite and it pops. Get a little.
That's what I like too.
Yeah. So we want to kind of get some kosher salt. And now, it's ready for the oven. But before we do that, I want to show you real quick Brussels sprouts. This is what we took. Yesterday I took these. This is going to go underneath the dish. These are some Brussels sprouts that I actually cut the ends off. Then I actually cut them in half. And some of the leaves will fall off. Yeah, that's okay. So what we're going to do is put these in some little bit of hot water. And basically we're just going to blanch them.
Okay.
So we can let those go for a few minutes. We take a real quick break.
Okay.
Put this
we'll
in the
go ahead
oven.
and put that in the oven, and like you said, take a quick break, and we'll be back. More with cooking in just a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Again, Jason's making us a nice dinner today, or lunch, or whatever you want to call it. But it's looking good, smelling good.
Okay, we just blanched our Brussels sprouts. I have some hot butter going in our pan right here. So we're just gonna add that to it. Let's turn this off, Joe.
Okay. Not too many people eat Brussels sprouts, but I'm sure it's like anything else. If you cook it the right way, you're gonna like it.
I love them. I actually love them this way. Just kind of blanched with a little salt and black pepper. Simple. I like it like that, but I like it this way too. This is just another alternative for people who really aren't really sure, about Brussels sprouts. You can try this. We're gonna have this. Gonna put this all the way on high.
A lot of people think Brussels sprouts, they're actually small cabbages.
Pretty much. It's not actually a cabbage, but it's in the family.
Right.
It's not a baby. It's not a sprout.
Right.
So basically what we're going to do here, we're going to take a little bit of garlic in a second. But since we have such a high heat, we don't want to burn the garlic, so we're going to wait a little bit. Right here we have some salt and regular black pepper that we're going to season with. Simple, right? Everybody has this at home.
Oh, yeah,
All you need is some Brussels sprouts. Go to Cash Saver.
Oh, yeah, and plenty of those.
Basically just kind of toss them really gently. We're just trying to get a little color on them. You don't want them too dark. We just want a little caramelization going on. And then to finish it off, I like cheese. I like cheese on everything.
I love cheese.
I love all cheeses except brie. I'm not a brie cheese fan.
No?
No.
Oh, no, you gotta try it. I'm sure you tried brie already.
No, I've eaten it. That's why I don't like it.
I like it.
But I love it. Maybe I had a bad one. Let's just go with that.
Just maybe the way it was cooked.
True. Let's go with that. I'll try yours one day.
Gotcha. Okay.
If it's anything like the brisket, it would be good. So we're gonna finish it off with just a little fresh grated Parmesan cheese. You could use any kind of hard, salty cheese like Asiago, Romano,
I like
something like
Asiago.
that. I like all the hard cheeses. So you can smell it. You can actually smell the little bit of toastiness. We're getting a little bit of color, like right here. That's what you really want. You're looking for. You want to get them all a little bit of color like that.
A little browning going on. Well, Jason, while we're doing that, tell us everybody the steamboat, your hours and stuff, and What's available?
Okay,
Specials?
all right. So the hours are Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 9:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 5 to 10:30 p.m. Sundays, 11 to 2 only, 11 a.m. to 2. But our biggest thing we're trying to push now is every Wednesday we're doing seafood stuffed lobster, and we do them on special. They're $26.99, which is about $10 cheaper than we normally do them. It's just to give something for our customers to come and enjoy at a discounted,
That's
price.
a really good dish for that price. Really.
You
really
get
good.
a seafood stuffed lobster. It's a pound and a quarter lobster. Plus, it's stuffed with crab meat and shrimp. You get a homemade stuffed potato that we make here daily, and you also get your dinner salad with it, which is very filling, actually.
Hey, actually, you get all the lobsters in here fresh and they're live, and
I get
you do
live
everything.
Maine lobsters, yes, and we boil them. I boil them myself in the back. So, at this point, we're going to add a little bit of garlic, Joseph. And at this point, we don't really want to cook the garlic too much. We're getting the color that we're looking for. So we don't want to cook the garlic too much. We just want to kind of get a light cook on it because you don't want the raw garlic in there. Raw garlic flavor is very pungent. You kind of want to just to get a little light cook to it. And so we're going to let that go just a few minutes because we're also going to add another ingredient that I didn't mention yet.
It would be one of your favorite ingredients?
One of them.
One of them, because I know garlic was one of them. I knew that was one.
Right.
There's got to be only one other thing that I'm thinking of. Probably jumbo lump crab meat.
No. It's my third favorite.
Oh.
A little bit of white wine. We're kind of deglaze our pan just a little bit before our garlic. And I don't want much, just enough for flavor. Well, let's give it a little, there you go. Just enough. I like to use a little Chardonnay.
That's
See, it's already
Chateau
evaporated.
Saint Michel, right?
Yes, it's a Chardonnay. I'm gonna turn this off. You see our garlic is already starting to get a little color on it as well. So we're gonna put this right here.
Oh, you're really
Turn
making me
that off.
hungry.
Now, if you can smell it, you can smell the white wine, the garlic, and everything. Before you even add the cheese, it smells delicious. So all we're doing is just a little light sprinkle, and we're done with this part.
Just waiting out for our tenderloin to finish cooking, and then we're gonna add it too.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit more about the lobster special. Again, you said it's the
Every Wednesday. A lot of people have been asking, like on the weekends, they'll see me post and advertise it. It's Wednesdays, every Wednesday. It is dine-in only because of that price. It's like a giveaway. So we'd like you to come in and eat it, right? So that's my only stipulation. But the first Wednesday that we actually did it, we sold 40 lobsters. I got 40 lobsters in, we sold them all.
Wow, great.
So the very next day, we did 20 more and sold pretty much all of those too. So
Well, Jason, what do you stuff them with? You said a seafood stuffing?
we make a seafood stuffing. We've actually made the stuffing here on the show before. You could probably go back on the page, on the site, and go back in the past. And we've made a number of items that used it, but actually showed the recipe and how to make it.
Right.
Basically just fresh Gulf shrimp, and we use not jumbo lump, but we use just a little back fin lump crab meat. So
In fact, they have a nice picture on the Facebook for the steamboat.
yes.
I mean, if you want to see exactly what he's talking about, there it is. Beautiful picture.
Yeah, we got some different things going on nowadays. We got a new wedge salad that we're offering. We had a very good customer, him and his wife, who asked for it for years. And I just never really thought about doing it. And then I said, you know what, let me try it out. And it's been a big hit. It's very simple. The difference between a wedge and a normal salad, you wouldn't think it's such a big difference. It really is. You have a lot of Christmas crunchiness. Maybe it's the texture that people love it so much more. I don't know what it is, but if they love it, they want it, I'm giving it to them. So, I mean, come try it. We have a classic blue cheese wedge where we do cracked black pepper on top. And we also do a BLT, which is the same wedge. And then we also put crispy bacon pieces that we fry down
That's the one
ourselves.
I want to try.
Tomatoes, and we also make it's a homemade ranch dressing that we make, and we drizzle that on top of it. But just a little note, the wedge that we use is not an actual iceberg wedge. What we buy is it's a hybrid between a romaine and iceberg head. So when we cut it through it, you have basically iceberg and romaine wedge basically together in one.
Yeah.
And so we just give you it's a half. Basically.
And again, if you want to see it, it's on the Facebook page.
Steamboat Warehouse Facebook
right?
page. Yeah, check us out. If you don't know where, just search for it and check us out and like our page, and you get to see all the specials that we post.
Yeah, and a
stuff
lot
like
of
that.
people love, different things. And not too many people actually know of wedge of lettuce or,
Right.
That kind of a salad. So anyway, I guess we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
We're
check
gonna check our tenderloin,
see
and we
what's
try
going on.
to get our plate together and finish with that and talk to you a little bit more about the steamboat. So join us back for more What's Cooking.
Okay,
But Jason, explain to where we're at.
so we pulled our tenderloin out of the oven, and we've let it rest for a little while already, but I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our little tenderloin.
Again, Jason, if they're doing with thermometer, what's the temperature they want to get to?
You want to get about, depends. If you want it rare, 120. You want it medium rare, 130. If you want it medium, you want it 140. But always remember, pull
Stop
it
right there.
pull it a couple of degrees before, however you want it. So the first thing you notice is the smell, like just the aromatic herbs that, again, we actually, in our crust right here today, we use a little bit of parsley. I love fresh Italian parsley. Don't use the curly leaf parsley. It doesn't have as much flavor. It really is used mostly for presentation purposes. But the Italian flat leaf is what my grandma used to go outside and cut with scissors out of her garden and put it in her gumbos and stuff, and it would just... So we use some of that. We use fresh rosemary and fresh thyme, and basically just kind of minced it up with this knife right here. You can, if you don't have good knife skills, you can use a food processor, Cuisinart, something like that at home. Just add just enough olive oil, just to kind of bring it together. I don't add any kind of salt or spice or pepper to it because
That
I'm
was my
gonna.
next question.
Because I'm gonna, if you notice, we put the pepper and the kosher salt, which is my preference. Whatever you like to do at home, you want to put some all-purpose seasoning of your choice in the herbs and mixture. You can go right ahead. That's just how I do it. So doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean yours is wrong. However you like to do it is right.
You're doing the way you think that people will like it
Right.
the most.
Or the way I like it today. Like if I know my customers like a different way, I'm gonna do it that way. Right? Okay, so we're gonna take some of our Brussels sprouts, which I love this stuff. And to me, the cheese is just something that kind of just brings it all together.
Enhances the flavor
Right.
and stuff.
Yeah. So, see, we got a little color on our Brussels sprouts. Now, here's where we're gonna slice our tenderloins. See, there you go.
Beautiful.
Now, see, this kind of tapered in, so the further you get into the meat, the more rare you're gonna get.
That looks perfect, Jason. I mean,
Right.
really. You said you wanted like medium rare. That's perfect.
Right. So let me do that. I get one more cut because usually in presentation you kind of want odd numbers. You kind of dab it so it doesn't dribble too much. So since we're all about presentation, do like this, and I'm gonna turn this for the cameraman. Kind of make sure our
Now,
plate
why
is
you want to do
clean.
that? You're making him hungry already. Make him start drooling right there.
Right. So it's actually something we haven't really done on the show before. I don't know if you can really get a good shot of that. That and the sprouts. And it's something simple at home you can do. Joey, I could put some extra spice on yours if you'd like, but
Oh, yeah. I'll do that at the table. I'll take care of that myself. No, that'd be perfect. Oh, wow.
get your little taste. The cameraman don't get none until the end of the show. Change my glove. So we'll be sanitary.
Absolutely wonderful. Now, Jason, do you serve this on special sometimes, or
Not this, we do this for like parties.
parties?
Something if we're doing like a sit-down wine tasting, something like that. But you see at home how easy this is to do.
Right.
You can actually do this with a pork tenderloin. You can also do this with chicken breast. You know,
Just about anything, huh?
right? Any kind of meat, and it actually the Brussels sprouts would go with any of them. So very simple. This
Very,
one
very
I'd
simple.
probably pair this with a little Pinot Noir, something
Been
that's
in a while.
kind of
Okay.
light with the Brussels sprouts, but it also accents the beef.
Well,
Very
again,
simple.
let's talk about the specials at the boat.
Okay, so Wednesdays, lobsters. This weekend, I'm not really sure what we're doing just yet, but I have some AAA Saku block tuna, which is basically the best tuna you can buy. Saku blocks are the ones that the sushi bars use,
Okay.
and so the one you're eating on sushi, it has absolutely no connective tissue in it whatsoever. It's like the tenderloin of the tuna, so it's pure meat and it's the most tender part and everything like that. So there's a AA and a AAA. AAA is the one we have, and I think I'm going to do that some kind of way. Not sure just yet. Maybe a salad seared with some kind of tomato and cucumber, avocado and red onion mixture.
Maybe seared on top of some kind of a pasta also, or like with
Yeah,
cream
good.
sauce?
Yeah. Trying to get away from cream sauces as much because we've done it so much during the years. Over the years, we're trying to kind of go in a different direction nowadays. So, you know.
Yeah, but the cream sauce is always one of your like signature
Right.
things.
Right. And we
Everybody
still,
loves those stuff.
we still have them, but we're trying to offer some alternatives to that nowadays.
Yeah.
Something more, you know, keep the tradition alive of the steamboat, but actually, you know,
Venture out to different
right.
things.
You know, in the restaurant business, you have to keep up with the trends. You have to keep up with the rest of the restaurants and the trends. So we want to do that and kind of have an even mix to where people don't get upset that we've taken things away, you know, and it keeps them doing exciting things.
Right, correct. Because I mean, I was here last weekend, and I'm telling you, what you thought and what I thought it would have been a slow day, because after 40 years in the restaurant,
Right.
it's like one of our
Day
slower
after
days.
any holiday.
The day after that Black Friday,
Right.
and I mean, telling you what
It's
packed
packed.
in here. And there was
So-
no special things going on. It's just,
Right.
they came.
Just came.
We came.
Blessed.
Yes.
Very blessed.
And one of the signature things that Jason does here, if you've never had it, you've got to try it because it is the best. Is the French onion
Chinese
soup.
soup. I
Yep.
knew he was gonna say that.
Yep. So everybody loves it. Thank you all for watching What's Cooking. And Jason will be back next week with another guest chef. And thank you all so much, and come back and see us next week.